What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Dark Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Still crazy with this AT&T thing. This is like LeBron decision. People are buying and selling, then rebuying. It's like, what are we going to do? Okay. So I have some important information. I honestly did flip-flop. I'm going to rebuy AT&T. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. All these videos are free for you. All I ask you to do is smash that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, watch those free videos. I do stock and dividend analysis videos. I provide you rationales as to why I buy stocks or stocks that are hot on the radar, especially dividend stocks, because I am a dividend investor. I show you what stocks I'm looking at, what I'm targeting, certain things that I think are really good. And again, it's not financial advice. You know, there's a disclaimer in all my description, but let's check this out right now. If you watch my previous video, I sold AT&T for Verizon and I actually sold Seagate for Verizon. So I loaded the boat up pretty much with Verizon stock. I really needed to go after the communications sector. And I went big on Verizon. I sold AT&T. AT&T is cheaper than Verizon. And I'm going to show you real quick how AT&T has done against the S&P. Not very attractive. Past 5 years, the S&P has dominated AT&T, but AT&T has increased its dividend. So it's a very good communication stock. Made some crazy changes, which everybody, I still think this is, by the board of directors and the CEO, all these guys making this call. I still think it's a boneheaded move. But, if you look at Verizon in the past few years, okay, Verizon hasn't done too hot against the S&P, but if you look at how Verizon's done against AT&T, still not like jumping up like crazy. Has a very nice dividend yield. I'm going to show you I'm going to compare the dividend yields of both stocks. These are both communication stocks. Everybody needs a phone. So my rationale is, AT&T and Verizon, people need phones. Okay. Here's AT&T with my family. We're on a family plan. It's a lot cheaper. We're kind of like grandfathered into the plan. Verizon has a very good strategy as well. So it's like, okay, these aren't jumping too fast, but they aren't increasing their dividends at the same time. I'm going to go over an article at the end, but I do want to show you a dividend history of AT&T and why people are probably freaking out about, panic selling AT&T. I sold it. I'm going to be honest with you. I did sell it. I don't regret selling it because I can rebuy it. It's a very cheap stock right now. If you look at how it's doing against Verizon, it's a lot cheaper. I mean, people need communications. It's good to attack certain sectors. So I don't regret my decision selling AT&T and Seagate. Seagate blew up. I was in a big conversation on Twitter with people, and I said, "Hey, did you guys see Seagate?" Because Seagate, I mean, that blew up my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. I could not keep up with it. And, I had to sell it. It was very painful to sell. I mean, that and IIPR, Innovative Industrial Properties, those two dividend stocks are beautiful. I mean, if you have never heard of IIPR, it's a real estate investment trust focused on marijuana farms. So if somebody like Coronos or somebody takes a big hit, MJ is not a very good ETF if you ask me. So IIPR is a very well diversified real estate investment trust. People have to pay rent for farms, so they're racking up money. They're way up there. I couldn't keep up with it. It blew up like crazy. I bought it during pandemic when it was really down, and I don't regret my decision selling it because I threw it into Iron Mountain and I threw it into LTC Properties. Same with Seagate. Sold part of Seagate, put it in Verizon. I might have a shot at rebuying Seagate. Who knows with this cryptocurrency issue? Everybody's freaking out about crypto. Let's do a quick dividend history on AT&T and Verizon. Let's start with AT&T. Okay, so before this potential dividend cut, it goes to 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. Okay. 7.18% dividend yield. Now you got to watch yield trap because it's a little bit high. Annual dividend of $2.08. So very good dividend history. Unfortunately, we'll find out a lot of people are predicting a certain time frame when it's going to um, start cutting its dividend. It's going to be interesting with the changes and everything. I'll go over that in a second. Let's check Verizon's dividend history real quick. Good bang for your buck from Verizon. 55 cents, 56, 57, 59, 60, 61, 62, 4.41% dividend yield, PE ratio 12.48, annual dividend $2.51. Good stock. I think it's more stable than AT&T. I don't regret making the decision selling AT&T. It sucks to sell Seagate. AT&T is one thing, but to sell Seagate, that stung. I mean, I did numerous stock and dividend analysis videos on Seagate. Love that stock, but I'll show you probably later tonight. I'm going to do 3 dividend stocks to buy, kind of focusing on the sector that Verizon's in. And I'll show you what my plan is with that. So again, if you are new, make sure you check this out. You hit that bell, you'll see the notification bell and videos pop up. And again, it's free. So I show a lot of M1 Finance dividend strategies and stuff. So 61 cents, 62 has raised its dividend, very attractive if you ask me. 56.91 is the price right now. Again, you saw how it was doing against AT&T. It's not jumping up too fast. So those are the type of stocks I like. It's not jumping up too fast. It's not doing too well versus the S&P. It's a very good. I would consider Verizon a very good traditional or Roth IRA stock. It slowly increases its price sometimes. It has a 4% dividend yield. The company's pretty strong. I prefer it as a dividend stock, to be honest with you. So that's why I'm sticking with Verizon. 4.41% dividend yield. How can you say no to that? Plus, you start buying more stocks, and then the compound interest kicks in, especially in my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. So I'm going to show you actually later tonight the changes that I made to my M1 Finance dividend portfolio and why I really like 3 dividend stocks that I added on my M1 Finance portfolio to be really strong. So I'm very excited to show you that video later tonight. I'm going to work out, make dinner, and then I'll make that tonight and then start hitting the books. But I want to show you a very interesting article about AT&T's dividend. This is a really good article on the Motley Fool. I read this one. I'll put it in the comment section. Leo Sun, I'll give you some kudos. I really like this article. It will be in the comment section so that you guys can read that. So AT&T claims new company will generate $3 billion annual cost synergies and compete more effectively against Netflix and Disney in the streaming wars. However, the decision also abruptly reverses AT&T's plans to merge its distribution networks and media content. So this thing that really, and then here's the thing that quirks all of us. Second, AT&T plans to reduce its dividend to account for the distribution of Warner Media to AT&T shareholders. It expects that slimmer AT&T will only spend about $8 billion of its annual free cash flow on dividend after the deal closes, compared to $15 billion last year. In other words, AT&T will cut its dividend nearly half and end its 36-year streak of annual dividend hikes. It no longer will be a dividend aristocrat of the S&P 500. Sucks. An elite title reserved for the members of the index that have raised their payouts annually for the last 25 straight years. AT&T currently pays a forward dividend yield of 6.5%, so investors should expect a lower 3 to 4% yield after the deal closes mid-2022. Mid-2022, okay? The new media spinoff probably won't pay a dividend since it will likely reinvest most of its cash into the fresh content for Warner Media and Discovery. There's a lot of information for the AT&T's investors to process, but most of them are likely wondering if the dividend cut means it's time for them to sell the stock. So this is the thing, that we have a choice. I want you guys to read this article real quick. skim over it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. This is very interesting with the changes. A lot of us assumed, and I myself, from what some people were saying, although I thought it was still a pretty good reference. 2022 is not too bad, so it's still going to distribute dividends. It's still cheap. So that's one of the reasons why I'm going to rebuy the stock. I don't have any regrets. I have a sign-on bonus check coming in. I cashed out some PTO, so my PTO and my sign-on bonus will be towards AT&T in my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. So I can rebuy that, maybe even get more of AT&T. Well, I don't know about that, but I have a dividend investing strategy. One stock that distributes right around the same time as Seagate. I will post a stock and dividend analysis on this stock later tonight, and I'm just kind of excited to see the changes happen for AT&T. I think in the long run it'll be okay, but I did sell it. I'm going to rebuy it. I don't regret my decision. Always stick to your principles as a investor. Eventually it will start increasing its dividend over time. So that's kind of my thought process. Let me know. I'll put this in the comment section. You guys take care. Have a good one. I'm going to work out. Then I'll come back and post a stock and dividend analysis and 3 dividend stocks that I think are very hot and that you should consider. They're all in the same sector. Take a hint, especially since I'm discussing this stock. Take a guess what sector. So you guys take care and have a good one.